Jenny from Just Being Me, and you're listening to the Learning to Love Yourself podcast, the show that inspires you to put yourself first.
Learning to love yourself on the path to happiness. Learning to love yourself on the path to happiness.
Before we dive into today's episode, I've got something really powerful for you. If you've ever found yourself stuck in self-doubt, constantly second-guessing your decisions, or feeling like you just can't trust yourself, you're not alone. But the good thing is, it doesn't have to stay that way. I've created something to help you take that very first step, because that's the hardest one. It's called the Self-Belief Checklist, and it's a free tool to help you spot exactly where you're getting stuck and where you can start shifting things today. So look down in the show notes and get your free copy now. Breaking free from limiting beliefs. The truth about your thoughts. Never noticed how a single negative thought can spiral into a full-blown disaster in your mind? You have one bad experience and suddenly your brain is crafting an entire narrative about how you're useless, incapable, or just doomed to fail. And guess what? The more you feed that thought, the more it grows. The more it grows, the more your reality starts to reflect it. And you often don't even notice this until it's pointed out to you, because it's a vicious cycle. What most people don't realize is that your beliefs are shaping your entire life. But here's the thing. Beliefs aren't facts. Yeah, beliefs aren't facts. You might believe you're not good enough, but that doesn't make it factually true. You might believe you'll never be successful, but that doesn't mean you won't. Your beliefs are simply the thoughts you've repeated to yourself so many times that they've become your truth. And if you're not careful, those so-called truths will dictate your whole life. They'll keep you small, stuck and settling for less than you really deserve. Beliefs aren't just harmless little thoughts floating around in your head. They have power. They influence your actions, your decisions, and ultimately, your reality. So here's how it works. A thought appears, say, I'm terrible at public speaking. Then you reinforce it by remembering past experiences where you stumbled over your words. So then you can tell yourself it's true. Then you act according to the belief. You'll avoid situations where you have to speak in public. So your reality reflects your belief. And because you never practice, you never improve. And when you do have to speak, it feels awful. So the belief gets stronger. See, I knew I was terrible at this. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And the more you repeat it, the more ingrained it becomes. So what would happen if you flipped that script? A thought appears. I might not be great at public speaking, but I can learn. You reinforce it and remind yourself that skills are built through practice. Then you act according to the belief. You take a small step, maybe speaking up in a meeting or practicing in front of a mirror, and your reality shifts. You start improving, you gain confidence, and you prove to yourself that you can do this. The belief gets stronger. I'm getting better at this. See the difference? Same starting point, entirely different outcome. Let's get one thing straight. Facts exist whether you believe in them or not. The earth is round, the sun rises, and water is wet. You don't get a say in that. But beliefs, they're personal. They come from experiences, influences, and the stories we tell ourselves. Some of them serve us, pushing us forward, making us stronger. Others keep us trapped in cycles of doubt, fear, and inaction. The problem is, most people don't question their beliefs. They accept them as fact, never stopping to ask themselves, is this actually true? Or where did this belief come from? Is this belief holding me back or helping me? When you start examining your beliefs instead of blindly following them, you take back control. You stop living based on outdated fears and start creating a reality based on truth. See, your brain's number one job is to keep you safe. That's it. Survival is the priority, not happiness, success, or fulfillment. And back in the day, when life was full of real threats, all of the predators, the famine, the tribal rejection, this system worked. If your ancestors believed a rustling in the bushes meant danger, they ran. Maybe it was just the wind, but on the off chance it was a predator, that belief that rustling in the bushes meant death kept them alive. But in today's world, that same survival mechanism is working against you. You believe failure is dangerous, so you avoid taking risks. You believe rejection is unbearable, so you never put yourself out there. You believe you're not good enough, so you just don't try. These beliefs once served a purpose. They were designed to protect you. But now, well, they're just stopping you from growing. So can you change your beliefs? Yeah, you can, but it does take work, because beliefs don't shift overnight. They're deep-rooted, often built in childhood, reinforced by experiences and strengthened by the stories that we told ourselves. But if you're willing to do the work, you can change them. You can change them by identifying your limiting beliefs. Pay attention to the thoughts that keep you stuck, the ones that make you feel small, incapable, or afraid. The ones that sound like, I'll never be successful, I'm bad at relationships, I'm not smart enough. But don't forget the simpler ones. I can't cook, I'm bad at maths, I can't drive. Now ask yourselves, where did this belief come from? Who told me this? And is it actually true? Look for the evidence that contradicts the belief, because if you're honest, there's usually plenty of it. Have you had any moments of success? Have you learnt new skills before? Are there people like you that have achieved what you want? So start looking for the proof that your limiting belief is rubbish. And replace the old belief with a new one. You can't just erase a belief, you have to replace it. So I'm terrible at public speaking. Could be, I can improve with practice. I'll never be successful. Could be, I am building success step by step. I'm not good enough. Could be, I am worthy of everything I desire. At first, your brain will resist. It will want to fall back into old patterns. But the more you repeat your new belief, the stronger it becomes. I proved this myself when I was in a very black hole. I started my recovery by saying, I am amazing every day when I woke up. Did I believe it? Did I heck? Well, not at first anyway. But the more I said it, it came. So you've got to take action to reinforce the new belief. Because beliefs don't change just because you say they do. You have to prove them to yourself. Believe you can build confidence by starting to show up in small ways. Believe you can be successful by taking small steps. Believe that you're worthy by acting like it. Every time you take action, you give your brain proof that the new belief is real. And that's how transformation happens. I started proving I was amazing by looking at the things like how I can make my hand make a fist without any conscious thought. That's amazing. And I do that. The truth will set you free, but only if you're brave enough to face it. The truth is, you are capable. You are strong. You have everything you need inside of you to create the life you want. But first, well, you've got to get out of your own way. You have to stop letting outdated beliefs run your life. You have to stop clinging to old fears that no longer serve you. You have to start questioning everything you've been told about yourself and decide right now who you actually want to be. And in the future, if you decide that you want to be somebody else, well, you can. Because beliefs shape our reality. And the moment you start choosing them consciously, you take back your power. Ask yourself, are my beliefs working for me or against me? Because the answer to that question determines everything. Thanks for listening today. If you'd like to know more, you can find all the links down below. Oh, and don't forget to press subscribe so you can catch the next one. See you soon.